Hey everybody, Ryan Sage from Formula Drift here, and we're here to talk about what's new in 2021. Now, as you may know, Formula Drift has three rule books. We have the technical regulations, we have the sporting regulations, and we have the judging regulations. The sporting and the tech can actually be found right here, but today we're here to talk about the judging regulations, which is probably the most important for competition because it lays out exactly what you can expect as a fan as we prepare for the 21 season. The first thing to note about competition this year is that both Pro and Pro Spec will have the same competition days. And what that means is that qualifying for both series will be on one day, Friday, and tandem competition will also be together on another day, Saturday. So we'll be able to see both series compete in the same format on the same days, whether it's Pro Spec or Pro. All right, let's start with the two types of qualifying formats possible. The first one is called Knockout Qualifying Format, or KQF. This is where drivers will all do one lap together, and then the bottom 8 drivers that scored the lowest amount of points will do one more lap to make their position known into the top 32, but they can't go any higher than the drivers that already qualified from lap number 1. All right, let's move on to the next qualifying format. This is called Single Qualifying Format, or SRQ. And this one is basically what it sounds like. It's one and done. You go out there, you lay down the best run that you can, and that is a score that you get. Now, after that first run, the top 14 drivers will move on and be placed into the top 16, and that leaves 2 remaining spots. Those 2 remaining spots will be given to the drivers that are able to make it through a grade 8 bracket that consists of the drivers that were not part of that original 14. So what new fans will see this year in this format is a grade 8 leading to a top 16, and the 2 drivers that make it to the finals of that grade 8 LCB will be the final 2 drivers in the top 16 for the event. Now, why the 2 qualifying formats? Well, all of this is going to be decided based on the number of drivers that are in each series on any given weekend, and it's going to depend on whether there's 23 and more drivers or 22 or less in what qualifying format that we use. On a combined weekend with 23 or more drivers, Friday will consist of both a Pro and Pro Spec knockout qualifying format, and then on Saturday we will have 2 top 32 competitions that will run all the way from 32 to the finals for each series. And that's the way that a combined weekend will come together. In addition to all these changes, we will also see that there will be no buy runs run in the top 32 for both the Pro and the Pro Spec series. We will also be making a big change by running qualifying in ranked order. So for example, in the past it was run from reverse rank all the way up to the number 1 driver. Now the number 1 driver will go first, and we will move our way down the list. Also new in 2021, we've got a brand new set of overhead maps that will break down where the momentum zones are, as well as the outside zones and inside clips, as well as this map here that breaks down the sector scores and what the judges are looking for in terms of allocation of points to each of those sectors. And finally, we've got a really cool surprise for everybody this year, as we've partnered with Torque Drift to bring you guys an animated version of our track preview direct from the video game itself, and you can see a little sample of that right here. All right, well, that is a quick overview of the judging regulations for 2021. If you'd like to see them for yourself, you can go to the Formula Drift website and click this link right here, and you'll be able to download a copy and see what you can expect as a fan in 2021.